Games being over $60 today sucks. And so much of the titles out now that push the tag even higher aren't making things any better. There's a lot of back and forth with this. Many times over, the people in defense of this that I've seen usually are either paid to like it, don't manage their money well, or they get other people like their parents to buy it. There's also people who use their enjoyment of certain series, games, and franchises in the past as an excuse for these companies to do whatever they want to and so on. To which, hey, look, I think a lot of us know that feeling. You like something made from a company, and there's this thought of putting hate on the company means that you can't like what made you happy anymore. Which, no. If you still like games from a terrible company just because the games are fun to you, then I don't really think there's anything wrong there. People online want to treat it like it's a black and white matter, but it's really not. It's your time and money. If it makes you happy and whatnot, enjoy it. And there's nothing wrong with doing that while also saying games being $70 and more sucks. Especially when some games in question make you feel like crap because you don't have the full experience because of the live service practices like microtransactions, expansions, DLC, and so on. And I've seen some people defend that kind of shit with, well, I don't buy them, so it's not a problem for me, therefore it's just not a problem. Like, I've had this conversation the other day with someone, and the games they mentioned that they play where they just ignore stuff like that is Destiny 2 and Diablo 4. I don't know. I feel like nowadays, gaming just feels like it's locking people in a sort of ecosystem sometimes. Because by the time some people realize how bad things are, they're already in too deep to just walk away, not wanting to admit so much time that they spent on it was a waste. Which that itself I feel should be the problem being solved. Games shouldn't be pushed into highlights of fun, followed by constant waves of apathy. Games shouldn't be charged highly and defended for it on the scale of how much fun you can possibly have in it. And games certainly shouldn't be treated like rentals if you paid money for it, which that's another can of worms that I'm not going to get into right now. I miss the days when what you paid for, you just kept. A full experience in a game that you went back and played tons of times, regardless of if you know the game front to back. And yeah, maybe the games were pricey back in the day, but they were just enjoyable pieces of media that you could revisit anytime you wanted and play in ways that satisfied you. And, you know, maybe you had points you needed to look up walkthroughs on because you got stuck. Sure, you can make fun of me and call me old, but if what is with the times is a constant state of bitching and moaning, sunk cost fallacy, bank accounts drying up, paywall content that improves the games tenfold, companies dictating what you should and shouldn't enjoy and feeling like you have to abide by it, and the dreaded fear of missing out that so many games cater to nowadays. If all of that is what's hip with gaming nowadays, then maybe being old is just better than being young. Because I just pity a lot of the people who don't know how good we had it with the games back then. Thankfully, even nowadays, there are games like Rabbit and Steel, Hi-Fi Rush, Alien Hominid, and so on that just feel vindicating. Not just being charged lower than what most people would expect to pay, but being games that are full experiences in and of themselves to the end. Plenty of other games on platforms like Steam being playable from years ago still is also a genuine plus. It still doesn't change the state of things all that much with gaming today. Hell, there's still games being lost to time that don't even seem to be coming back on newer platforms. I don't know. I feel like having fun in video games doesn't justify going broke. You shouldn't have to take out a mortgage payment to enjoy the newest fighting game. You shouldn't have to miss out on getting groceries because the new DLC in a game changes everything. And you certainly shouldn't go in debt because the game wants you to be addicted to gambling. And it's not a matter of, well, I don't do this, therefore it's not a problem. As much as it is, why doesn't the game just let you have all of this for free, or at least through progression? Or hell, here's a callback. Remember when games came with cheat codes that let you break the game and do stupid shit for fun, or even unlock stuff you wouldn't normally be able to before? At least now some games solve that by mods, but still. I just miss when more games knew how to be fun, and paying for it meant the whole game was yours. Now that just seems to be a plea on deaf ears. Ain't that a bitch?